Well, hello and how are you? Hey, friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Senator Briscoe, coming to you live right here in Central Missouri. Hey, today's Friday, July the 26th, 2024. I have birthday shout outs going out to Ghislane and Bermudez, Gerardo, GC for short, Tiffany Hockerson, Terry Teason, and Kona Mabuka Kalunga. So, without further ado, hey Gigi, hey Tiffany, hey Terry, hey Con, hey, I missed somebody. Wait a minute, Tiffany, Terry, Con, Gigi. Okay, well I'm good then. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Why? That's another year gone away. I hope you're enjoying your special day because, well, it's your happy birthday day today. Today. It's your happy birthday day today. I said, hey, Con. Hey, Terry. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Gigi. Hey, you heard it's your birthday today. Why, that's another trip around the sun that you made. I hope you're enjoying your special day because, well, it's your happy birthday day today. Today. It's your happy birthday day today. Happy birthday to you and many, many more blessed birthdays. All right. All right. God bless you, each and every one. All right, how about them Shincho fans? Yeah, we've got them. How about Savann Murphy Beason? Hey, Savann, catch you all the time. Love you, gal. Can't do the show without you. And Rico Murphy, and Jarvis Johnson, and David Snyder, and Jarvis Smoker, and Patrick Gardner, and Repo, and Kyle O'Neill. Gosh bless y'all. That's a good thing that y'all are out here supporting me. I know my mom, she's out here all the time. Mary Ann Williams Briscoe, aka my mommy, and then there's Doug Bell that jumps in every now and then, and uh, Lori Moore, Larry Taylor, well, Comfort, or um, uh, 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 Smiley. We can't forget him. That's um, now come on. I know his name. It's on the tip of my tongue. Uh, Martin Kelly. Gee whiz. Sorry, Martin. It wasn't. It was just an old people slip thing. Not a. I didn't forget you. I just knew who you were. I just wasn't. It wasn't popping to the front of my head. Bev Decker. We got to say hi to Bev. I already said hi to her today. Was out there at the Helping Hands thrift store, foster care closet. Bev and Tim adopted three of those puppies that they had that were for sale. Out of the six, three of them found themselves a new home with Bev and Tim. Uh, but we stopped by there today. And then Rico, he got a good deal on a power washer today. Couldn't beat that deal. $10 for a power washer. Uh, so there you have it. Uh, Now then, what are we going to do? How about a weather forecast for the St. Charles viewing area, which is brought to you by Helping Hands Thrift Store and Foster Care Closet, uh, located at 416 South Fifth Street, St. Charles, Missouri. When we got there, Bev was up there in the deli uh, taking a lunch break because we didn't pull in there until around 12:45 or something like that. She was having a lunch break when we got there. We got over there, and the dogs they like to bark. They're cute, little bitty puppies, but they like to bark. Oh, but that's a good thing because they let people know when there's people in the stove. But they don't really bark until you get back there, so it kind of scares you. But that's okay. I like a good puppy, barking or not barking. All right, hey, today's weather forecast. Today we got up to 90 degrees. And now it's 87. And temperature right now, well, that's about 87 right now. Partly cloudy skies for the remainder of the day. Low temperatures around 67 degrees Fahrenheit for the rest of the night. And winds are going to be east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then we're going to have Saturday morning clouds in the morning, then off and on rain showers during the afternoon hours. High temperatures of 86 degrees Fahrenheit with winds east to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour with chances of rain at 50%. Clouds with occasional rain showers, low temperatures of 71 degrees Fahrenheit with winds east to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 50%. Trying out all my voices here, folks. Now you tell me which one's the best weather voice, okay? Had to have a liquid refreshment. And then for Sunday's weather forecast is brought to you by the Gingerbread Church. That's right, Refreshing Word Fellowship Church, located at uh, located at 520 North Benton Avenue, St. Charles, Missouri, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. I have a very wonderful church service set up for you. Come on in and enjoy the show. If you like a big church with a small congregation, and which would like to be a bigger congregation, they just like to keep it nice and humble, then that's the place you want to be. Uh, Refreshing Word Fellowship Church. Okay, all right. And again, that was uh, 520 North Bend Avenue. All right, all righty then. Sundays weather forecast rain showers early with isolated thunderstorms developing later in the day. High temperatures around 85 degrees Fahrenheit with winds. See if I couldn't take a little bit of that extra off of there with winds about south to southwest at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. 40% chance of rain. Cloudy skies overnight with low temperatures of 72 degrees Fahrenheit, winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for Monday, July the 29th, partly to mostly cloudy skies with scattered thunderstorms in the morning. High temperatures of 89 degrees Fahrenheit in the evening, and then winds south to southwest at 5 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 40%. Scattered thunderstorms in throughout the evening and into the night. Low temperatures of around 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be south to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 40%. And then for Tuesday, on July the 30th, we're going to have sunshine and clouds mixed with a stray shower or thunderstorm, and that will be possible. 24% possible, that is. High temperature of 92 degrees Fahrenheit with winds west to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, a few isolated thunderstorms developing later on mm, during the day, partly cloudy skies overnight. Low temperatures of 75 degrees Fahrenheit with winds light and variable. Chances of rain 30%. And then for our fifth and final day of our 5 day forecast, scattered thunderstorms. Scattered. Let me see if I can get that right. Scatter, 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 scatter. There it is. Scatter thunderstorms during the morning and partly cloudy, clear, hot temperatures of 95 degrees Fahrenheit with winds south to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 40%. Mainly cloudy skies, low temperatures of 75 degrees Fahrenheit with winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. You guys pick a day. Tell me which day sounded the best, and we'll go over and we'll start listening to them, and we'll see which day is the best. All right, which voice is best for you? All right, alrighty then. Well, that'll be the day when you say goodbye. I said that'll be the day when you say goodbye. Well, that'll be the day. Hey, hey. When I die. Song lyrics, that'll be the day. Well, I say, you say you're gonna leave me. You know it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day. When I die. Well, you gave me all your loving, and you turned your turtle doving, all your hugs and kisses, and your money too. You know you love me, baby, and still you tell me maybe that someday, well, I'll be through. Well, that'll be the day. When you say goodbye, yes, that'll be the day. When I cry, you say you're gonna leave me. You know it's a lie, because that'll be the day. When I die, I said, well, there will be, that'll be the day. When you say goodbye, yes, that'll be the day. When you make me cry, you say you're gonna leave me. You know it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day. When I die. Oh, and Cupid shot his dart. He shot it into my heart. And so, if we ever part, they'll leave, and I'll leave, and you'll still sit and hope me. And you'll tell me boldly that someday, well, I'll be through. Oh, well, that'll be the day. When you say goodbye, that'll be the day. When you say make me cry, I said that'll be the day. When you say goodbye, 'cause that'll be the day. When I die, I said, well, that'll be the day. When you say goodbye, that'll be the day. When you make me cry. All right, all right, all right. Choopsie hoopsie, woopsie doopsie. What are we going to do, whoopsie? Uh, how about song lyrics, The Day the Music Died? Song lyrics, Bye Bye American Pie. Well, we know it's there. We know it's there. Somewhere. Well, a long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I know if I had my chance that I could have make those people dance. And maybe they would be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every part I deliver, a paper I deliver, bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about the widowed bride, but something touched me deep inside the day the music died. So bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. I said this'll be the day that I die. Do you write the book of love? And do you have faith in God above? If the Bible tells you so, now do you believe in rock and roll? Can music save your world soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow? Well, I know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kicked off your shoes. Man, I dig those rhythm and blues. I was lonely, teenage broken buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck. But I knew I was out of luck the day the music died. I started singing Bye Bye Miss American Pie. I drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, and this'll be the day that I die. Oh, this'll be the day that I die. Now for 10 years we've been on our own, and moss grows fat on a rolling stone. But that's not how it used to be when the jesters sang for the king and queen in a coat of borrowed from James Dean and a voice that came from you and me. Oh, and while the king was looking down, the jester stole his thorny crown. The courtroom meant adjourned. No verdict was returned. And while Lennon read the book on Mars, the quarter practiced in the park. The quartet practiced in the park, and we sang didgeridoos in the dark. The day the music died, we were singing Bye Bye Miss American Pie. I drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Helter skelter, in a summer swelter, the birds flew off with the fallout shelter. 8 miles high and falling fast, it landed fell in on the grass. The players tried for a forward pass with the gesture on sidelines in the class. Now the halftime air was sweet perfume while the sergeant played a marching tune. We all got up to dance. Oh, but we never got the chance. 'Cause the players tried to take the field. The marching band refused to yield. Do you recall what was revealed the day the music died? And we started singing, bye, bye, Miss American Pie. I drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye. And singing, this'll be the day that I die. Oh, this'll be the day that I die. Oh, and then we were all in one place. A generation lost in space, with no time left to start again. So come on, Jack, be nimble, Jack, be quick, Jack, flash set on a candlestick, 'cause fire is the devil's only friend. Oh, and as I watched him on the stage, my hands were clenched in fists of rage. No angel born in hell could break that Satan spell. And as the flames they climbed high into the night to light the sacred array, sacrificial for right, I saw Satan laughing with delight. The day the music died. He was singing bye, bye, Miss American Pie. I drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye and singing, this'll be the day that I die. Oh, this'll be the day that I die. Met a girl who sang the blues, and I asked her for some happy news. But she just smiled and turned away. I went down to the sacred store where I had heard the music years before. But the man there said the music wouldn't play, and in the streets the children screamed, the lovers cried, and poets dreamed. But not a word was spoken. The church bells all were broken, and the three men I admire the most, Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, they caught the last train for the coast. The day the music died, and they were singing, bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And good old boys were singing whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. Oh, this'll be the day that I die. They were singing, bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, and I'm singing, this'll be the day that I die. There you go. That's a long song. I didn't expect it to be so long. Everything Ron here, coming to you with all the news that is news. And today, can you tell me what happened? Yeah, I can. Oh. Song lyrics, The Streak. Hello, everyone out there on your. This is your Action News reporter with all the news that is news across the nation and on the scene at the supermarket. There seems to have been some disturbance here. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened? Yeah, I did. I was standing over there by the mayor's, and here he come running through the pole beans, through the fruits and the vegetables, naked as a jaybird. And I hollered over to Ethel. I says, "Don't look, Ethel!" But it was too late. She had already been incensed. Oh, my boogity boogity. There he goes, boogity boogity. And he ain't wearing no clothes. Well, yes, they call him the street. Oh, boogity boogity. His physique is quite unique. Boogity boogity. And he, uh, just proud as he can be of his anatomy. And he goes on giving us a peek. Well, yes, they call him the streak. I said, boogity boogity. And there's like his shoes off his physique. And there's an audience to be found. He'll be streaking around, inviting public critique. This is your Action News reporter once again, and we are here at the gas station. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened? Well, yeah, I did. I just got here and getting my tires checked, and just appeared out of the traffic, just coming streaking around the grease rack there. Didn't even have nothing on but a smile. And I looked in there at Ethel and was getting her a cold drink. And I hollered, "Don't look, Ethel!" But it was too late. She'd already been moved. Flashed her right there in front of the shock absorbers. Boogity boogity. There he comes. Boogity boogity. There he goes. Boogity boogity. And he ain't wearing no clothes. Oh, yes, they call him the street. Oh, he likes to show off his veneers. Oh, he likes to turn the other cheek. He's always making the news. Wearing just his tennis shoes. Guess you could call him unique. Well, once again, this is your Action News reporter in the booth at the gym, covering the disturbance in the basketball playoffs. Pardon me, sir, but did you see what happened? Well, yeah, I did. At halftime, I was just going down to get Ethel the snow cone, and here it come, right up out of the cheap seats, dribbling right on down the middle of the court. Didn't have nothing on but a PF Flyers, and I made a hook shot and got out through the concession stands, and I hollered up to Ethel. I says, "Don't look, Ethel!" But it was too late. She done got the free shot. Mm, grandstanding right there in front of the home team. Oh, yes, they call in the street. Here he's come. Here comes again. Bigger. Who is that with him? It's that the fastest thing on 2 feet. Hey, Ethel. Is that you? Ethel. Bigger. Oh, he's just as proud as he can be. Oh, what do you think you're doing? He is of his anatomy. And he goes and gives us a peek. You get your clothes on. Ethel. Oh, you. Oh, yes, they call him the street. Oh, boogity boogity. Oh, he likes to show off his physique. Ethel, where are you going? You get back here, you hussy. Oh, Ethel, where you going? Okay. Well, it was the street. Oh, well, let's see. Let's see what we got else for us, Pilgrim. There's got to be another program out there. We go, Pilgrim. Just have another little nip of the nectar, a little sip of the cider. Kansas City Star. That is what I are. I got. Oh, no. Song lyrics, Kansas City Star. Song lyrics, Kansas City Star. I got a letter just this morning. It was postmarked Omaha. I don't know it. Got a letter from the postman. I just the other day. Song lyrics got a letter from the postman just the other day. I got a letter from the postman just the other day. So I decided to write you this song. And as just to let you know exactly the way I feel, to let you know my love is for real, because I love you and I'll do anything. I don't know that song. That's by Stevie B. That's not the one I was thinking of. Song lyrics return to sender. Come on, give me my A to Z lyrics. I want my A to Z lyrics. I don't want none of this jumble bumble. She wrote about it. A return to sender. Address unknown. There's no such thunder. No such home. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Song lyrics. Return to sender. I return to sender. I return to sender. I gave a letter to the postman. He put it in his bag. I right there the next morning. He brought my letter back. He'll return to sender. I had address so no. No such number. I know with such song. We had a quarrel, a lover's spat. I wrote, I'm sorry, but my letter keeps coming back. And so then I dropped my letter in the mailbox and spent it special indeed. A bright and early next morning, it came right back to me. I returned to sender. I address unknown. I know such a person. I'm in no such zone. But this time I'm going to take myself and I'm going to put it right in her hand. And if it comes back the very next day, I think I'll understand. I'll return to sender. Our address unknown. No such number. And no such zone. I return to sender. I return to sender. I return to sender. I return to sender. Do-do-do-do-do. I guess we'll go with this one. Oh, baby, let me be your loving teddy bear. I put a chain around my neck and lead me anywhere. Oh, let me be. Oh, let me be. Your teddy bear. I don't want to be a tiger, 'cause tigers play too rough. I don't want to be a lion, 'cause lions ain't the kind you love and know. I just want to be your teddy bear. You put a chain around my neck and you lead to me anywhere. Oh, let me be. Oh, let me be. Oh, teddy bear. Oh, baby, let me be. I'll around you every night. I'll run your fingers through my head and cuddle me real tight. Oh, let me be. Oh, let him be. Oh, yeah, a teddy bear. I don't want to be a tiger, 'cause tigers play too rough. I don't want to be a lion, 'cause lions ain't the kind you love and know. I just want to be a teddy bear. You put a chain around my neck and you lead me anywhere. Oh, let me be. Oh, let me be. A teddy bear. Oh, let me be. Oh, let him be. Your teddy bear. I just want to be your teddy bear. I'm gonna sing that. Here, I'll do this one instead. Orally. Well, in this case, it's not orally. It's the other words. Allow me, tender, love me true, sweet. Never, let me go. You have made my life complete, and I love you so. Love me tender, love me true. All my dreams fulfilled. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me long. Take me to your heart, for it's there that I belong and will never part. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me dear, tell me you are mine. I'll be yours through all the years, till the end of time. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Alright. I'm gonna sing this one. Yeah, I always sing it into somebody else's um, style. Oh, they're not gonna give me the lyrics for it. So. Hey Siri, stop. Didn't realize I've been going for an hour, folks. Alright, well, I've been singing for a while. No. Okay. It's only been a half hour. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and move on into the daily bread portion TV grandpa portion of the program. Because it's either that or let Emma go on screen. She can be on the show. No, she says no. She says no. You finish the show and then. All right, I'll go ahead and do my daily bread portion of the Story time with TV Grandpa. Bedtime stories, 5-minute stories. Like I'm sure these are 5-minute stories. I smell pee. Well, the pee I smell is me. Problem here is that I wet myself, and you can't do anything about it. There was a line from uh, Dances with Wolves. Of course, I still smell pee, and that is me. I had a flip knot in my hose today. Well, it kind of leaked on me. It leaked on me. And now I smell pee. Oh, how horrible to be a leaked on me. All right, let's see. The Beekeeper and the Bewitched Hare. Hey, kiddos, it's TV Grandpa. So it's time to jump up on the couch or jump up on the bed, wherever it is you rest your sleepy little head. TV Grandpa is going to be lulling you off to sleep with another little relaxing, tantalizing treat. So here we go. Across a moor in Scotland, there once lived a lad who earned his living as a beekeeper. Though he lived by himself in a cottage, he wasn't at all lonely. Maybe because he felt a connection with his bees. Well, in warm weather, when the heather was in bloom and purple flowers blanketed the land, the bees buzzed around with a satisfied kind of hum, sipping nectar wherever they liked, and he felt happy for them. In late fall, when the wildflowers became scarce and the buzzing of the bees became more erratic, he could feel their anxiety sometimes, and uh, the lead complicated, complemented his bees. Oh, the lad complimented his bees on an especially large batch of honey, and they seemed to buzz around in pleasure and pride. Folks in town said that the lad could talk to the bees. Well, of course, that couldn't be true, but in a way, he felt that they understood each other very well. Now, one evening, as the lad was checking his beehive, two hunter, two hounds suddenly appeared from across the moor, barking wildly, and dashed directly towards him. The object of their chase soon became apparent when a white hare leapt out of the heather and into his arms. Quickly, the lad tucked the terrified animal under his jacket. Now the two hounds circled his legs, barking angrily, and he picked up a stick and swung it around. Eventually, the dogs gave up and bound away. When the dogs disappeared from the view, the lad sat the hare back on the ground and returned to work. But instead of hopping into the thicket, the hare followed him, twitching its nose and eyeing him steadily. Well, he went inside his cottage, and the hare ambled in behind him. Well, you act like you want to be my pet, he said. I suppose you'd like a bit of dinner, and I just might even have a carrot for you. So he left the hare nibble on a carrot while he scooped some stew into a bowl for his own dinner. When they had both finished, the hare jumped up into his lap, and he stroked its head and ears. Ouch, he said with a surprise, noticing its face. I've been mm, black. I've seen black or pink eyes on a white hair, but how did you get those blue eyes? I, the hare, responded by stretching its back for more petting. Well, the next day, the um, during the morning, the lad took the hare to the hives to introduce her to his bees. He knew that changes in the environment can harm bees, and he didn't want the presence of the hare to unsettle them. And so he held out the hare for them to inspect, and then set her down close to his feet. And the bees dipped down and spun around her face, but she didn't seem to mind. Well, after they uh, satisfied their curiosity and returned to their hive, he took the hare to the next beehive for another round of introductions, one after another. And one afternoon, a few weeks later, as the lad was setting trays of sugar water in the beehives, he noticed an old woman ambling along the track across the moor, tinkling, thinking that he might sell her a fine comb of honey. He met her at the gate. However, before he could speak, she pointed to the hare, who was peering out from behind a heather shrub. "You don't see that every day," said she with a crooked smile. "A blue-eyed hare." "Aye, this is true," said the lad, turning to admire his pet. "Who, what do you want for her?" said the old woman. "You mean to purchase?" "Ouch, the hare is not for sale." "And everyone has a price, lad. Look here at this bonny piece of gold. It's never, it's not every day that you are offered a gold coin for a common hare, now is it?" "She is not common, and she is not for sale," frowned the beekeeper. Well, at once the old woman, whom the lad had thought much too old for such freakishness, sprang over and grabbed the hare. The bees hovering nearby gave a loud shrill, a sound that surprised the old woman and apparently alerted the other bees. In moments, a dark swarm had gathered and rushed to attack the old woman. "Eat, eat," she cried, spinning around and running away. "You'll be sorry you didn't hand that over, worthless hare, when you had your chance." Well, the next day at his stall in the marketplace, where the lad was selling his honey, the beekeeper shared what had happened with the vendors who tended the stalls next to his. "Well, that old woman was a witch," said the baker. He took a moment from arranging his scones and meat pies into neat rows to cross his arms and lean forward. "Take my word, you'd better be careful." "I," agreed the seller of the sweaters and knits on the beekeeper's other side. "That woman was a witch, no doubt about it." Well, the lad thought maybe, but then again, those two often talk about one person or another being an elf or witch, witch in disguise, and it may have been just a strange happen, happenstance, too. Still, just to be safe, that night the lad barred his windows and locked his doors. The next morning, the lad found the hare hopping about in front of the beehives with nervous anxiety. What's gotten into you? He said. The hare rubbed its head against the beehive door, and when the lad opened it, the hare hopped over the tray of sugar water and he had set inside the day before. What's the matter with you? He said again, as the hare stood next to the tray, shaking its head vigorously. The lad leaned forward. This water smells different. Could it have been turned bad somehow? The hare hopped over even more excitedly than before. I bet I best dump this and replace it, said he, and the hare shook its head in agreement, while the beekeeper poured the trays into a patch of grass and heather, and the green sizzled and turned brown in an instant. Wow, the lad said in amazement. I'd better check the other trays too. And one by one, he emptied each of the other trays until at last the hare settled down. How did you know? Said he, stroking the hare, and she seemed to sigh in relief. Well, the rest of the summer passed by, and soon frost lay on the ground in the morning. Few flowers and very few bees remained out in the cold air. Most bees had already retired to the hives, where they began their cold weather work of keeping the hive warm enough for their queen to lay her eggs. But one chilly October morning, as the lad was collecting honey from the hives, a gypsy caravan rolled by on its way southward. He waved to the driver, and a young gypsy man waved back. Much later, the lad noticed a sack of grain lying in the road just past the gate. Oh, it must have dropped from that gypsy van. They'll never know it's missing till they set up camp tonight. By then, it'll be too dark to come back looking for it. And so the lad hoisted the sack onto his cart and followed the tracks that the gypsy van had dug behind in the earth. In an hour or so, he caught up with them, and he hailed them. And when they stopped, he handed them, the young gypsy driver, the sack of grain. Do you mean to tell me you followed us all this time to return our sack of grain? Said the young gypsy man. Most folks are more than glad for us to go and never see us again. Well, why shouldn't I bring it back to you? Said he. Else I would have to think about your poor horses missing their dinner tonight. And just then, the hare poked its head out from under the beekeeper's jacket. And what is that? Said the gypsy lad. A blue-eyed hare? Yes, he said with pride. A special one. It is. Is it? Is this here? More than special, I'd say, said the gypsy fellow. Grandma, he cried inside the van. You have to see this. And an old woman with a bright handkerchief, long pleated skirt, and puffed white blouse stepped out of the van. What do you think of that? Said the gypsy man, nodding towards the hare. Oh my goodness, said the grandmother. This is astounding. My hare, said the beekeeper. I like her fine, but she's not all that special. The old woman shook her head. Oh, then you don't know, she said. Know what? Said the lad. "'Tis a lass," said the grandmother. A lassie who has been bewitched. The beekeeper gasped. Then he spilled out his story, and he told both of them about the two dogs who had chased the hare across the moor, and the strange old woman who had tried to grab her, and the bees who had forced the witch away, and what his friends at the marketplace had said about the old woman. Well, your friends are right, said the grandmother in a firm voice. That woman was a witch, and I wouldn't be surprised if she was the very one who bewitched the lassie in the first place. Who knows what mischief she is capable of? Well, one thing you can count on, she will come back, and she's biding her time for the lassie uh, that she is. What is she waiting for? All Hallows Eve, I suspect, said the grandmother. The bees will be back in their hives by then and no longer a threat to her. Most of all, that the one day, that's the one day of the year when the magic of witches is the strongest. What can I do to protect her? She said, alarmed. Tell me, how much can you communicate with the bees? Well, we seem to understand each other. I don't know if that's just my imagination, but it seems that way to me. Hmm. However, you talk to them, you may need their help. When you go home, explain to the bees that the witch may return before the sun sets on All Hallows Eve. Tie a good strong cord around the hare's neck and shoulders. You must keep her on your lap till the past of midnight. I can do that, said the lad. Do you think this will be easy? Said the grandmother. Well, when the hare is under the witch's spell, she may pull and jump with a power that will shock you. But you must hold her tight, no matter what. If your bees can help you, all the better. Well, the old woman looked at him with her old watery eyes. That's all I can say, other than to wish you good luck. Well, when the lad returned to his cottage, he hurried the hare from hive to hive, repeating what the old gypsy woman had told him. One, uh, on one hand, he felt a bit silly explaining all of this to a mass of bees, and yet, by their collective sounds, they seemed to murmur in understanding, like how a crowd of people might do when responding to a speaker. When the lad stepped away, he sensed a building excitement from within the hives. Well, on All Hallows Eve, the beekeeper tied a strong string cord around his hare's neck and shoulders and set her on his lap. There she stayed contently until the darkness settled so thickly that he could only see the uh, poor profile of her white fur. Then suddenly the hare lurched so powerfully that he could barely contain her, and she twisted with such might that it was all he could do to keep her from sliding out of his hands. And just as she started to wriggle free, he heard a hum that meant his bees were encircling them. Closer and thicker came the bees, forming a tall and deep uh, sound, and the hare jerked her ears and twitched her nose, and she flittered on his lap, and she hopped about, but no longer tried to escape. Finally, the hare settled down once more, and then the marvel of it no longer was a white blue-eyed hare on his lap, but a bonny blue-eyed lass. Yes, of course, she moved off his lap at once, and they both took a few steps away. And when they looked up, they smiled. Yes, so it is true, he said. You are a lassie. You saved my bees. How did you do it? How did you know about the poisoned water? I was under the witch's curse, she said, and I could feel her magic was trying to poison your bees in revenge. You saved me, she said, and now the curse is gone. They both smiled again. Won't you stay, Furchie? He said. That I will, she said. And each of them knew in their hearts they would stay together for much more than tea, for all the years to come. And indeed, they did. And they lived happily ever after. The end. Well, there you go. How you like that? Okay, now it's time for the Daily Bread portion of the program. Daily Bread portion of the program today is going to be brought to you by the Bible with Briscoe 2024. The Bible with Briscoe 2024 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2024 will be Psalms 40 through 42 and Acts 24, 1 through 27. So don't forget to tune into the Bible with Briscoe 2024 for your daily reading of the Bible. Jesus removes the stain. Jeremiah 2, 1 through 5, and Jeremiah 2, 21 through 22. So here we go. Jeremiah 2, 1 through 5. So the word of the Lord came to me. Go and proclaim in the hearing of Jerusalem. This is what the Lord says. I remember the devotion of your youth, and how as a bride you loved me, and followed me through the wilderness, through the lands not sown. Israel was holy to the Lord, and the first fruits of her harvest. All who devoured were her were held guilty, and disaster overtook them, declares the Lord. Hear the words of the Lord, you descendants of Jacob, all you clans of Israel. This is what the Lord says. What fruit did your ancestors find in me? And that they stayed so far from me, or strayed. And what fault did your ancestors find in me that they strayed so far from me? They followed worthless idols and became worthless themselves. That was 1 through 5. Now we'll turn to Jeremiah 2, 21 through 22. I planted you like a choice vine of sound and reliable stock. And how then did you turn against me into a corrupt wild vine? Although you wash yourselves with soap and use an abundance of cleansing powders, the stain of your guilt is still before me, declares the sovereign Lord. So there you go. So that was saying that Jesus removes the storm, the stain, but that didn't mention at the end there how he removed it. Of course, we all know that when Jesus died on the cross for our transgressions, that's when he removed the stain. So there you have it. God thought of us dirty, but he gave his only begotten Son to cleanse us, to remove our sins, so that we may grow in God and reach heaven and live our lives ever after. there you have it, folks. Hey, that's it. That's the Shin Show in a nutshell. We've got her done. I'm going to sing one more song for you, and it'll go like this. Oh, well, goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So, goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. This her husband, Shen Briscoe, saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shen Show. And as always, God loves you, and so do I. So come on back and see us tomorrow because, well, God willing, we'll be here. And we hope that you are too. Bye bye.